Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40K universe. I am your host Gershwan and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about the Adeptus Mechanicus as we get into the individual forge worlds that exist in the galaxy. Now if you guys have any suggestions for topic ideas, please comment down below. Don't forget to put suggestion followed by whatever topic you guys want us to talk about or create a video for. The reason for that we tally up all the suggestions and it's easier for us to scan through the comments and pick out the topics that you guys want, and then the ones with the most topics get videos. So with that said, let's get into 40 facts about Forge Worlds. The Forge Worlds of the Adeptus Mechanicus are the cornerstones of their technocracy empire. A single Forge World can provide war material sufficient to supply an entire sector. Polluted strata of industry belch smoke from every region, not lost entirely to the biohazard or schism. Indentured serfs go about their labor like worker ants in a planet-sized hive. Archaeotech workshops, nestled among cyclopean guns, macro scaffolds loom over rivers of bullet casings, and fleshy sludge trickles from the weapon testing grounds into yawning food vats. Buried amongst the Forge World's sprawling archives are secrets that could bring the Imperium salvation or plunge it into damnation. The truth is immaterial, for to navigate the wilderness of data could drive even a fabricator general quite mad. It is in the red-hot guts of the Forge Worlds that the Qatari Legions are born. Cohorts, without numbers, march out to protect the sovereign realm of the Omnissiah. Their sole desire is to bring his illumination to the darkness of the void and transmit every data of information they uncover, even if it means razing everything in their path. Mars is the cornerstone upon which the empire of the Adeptus Mechanicus was built. After a glorious age of technological advancement, Mars was cut off from Terra by warp storms. Under glowing skies, it forged on alone, for in those benighted times, mankind's conquest of the galaxy had barely begun. While the people of Terra developed into barbarism, the settlers of Mars, the technological worshipping brotherhood called the Mechanicum, continued to thrive. They slowly terraformed the red planet to their desire. Mars was made habitable for a while. However, over the millennia, it devolved into a polluted, arid wasteland as the Mechanicum covered its surface with industry. The two civilizations were only reunited in the 30th millennium by the arrival of the Emperor, who the Mechanicum hailed as the prophesied Omnissiah due to his unprecedented understanding of the universe. So, it was that the two great societies were interlinked forever. The legions of the Qatari still bear the sacred sigil of Mars and obey its military structure to this day. The Empire of Mars is indispensable to the Imperium's survival. Churning with industry of war, it forges worlds providing ships, weapons, and armor to millions of armies, and in doing so, ensures an immortal influence over mankind. More than any other world, Mars possesses huge repositories of technical knowledge. Its immense libraries and databanks are highly disorganized. One delving for secrets may find a crystal storage device containing vital generator-level data, tucked inside a scroll print of military locomotives. The planet itself is a wilderness of polluted deserts broken by metropolises the size of tectonic plates. Here, the spires, marble arches, and flying buttresses of the standard imperial world are joined by corroded steel, iron ventilation chimneys, and shining glass pipes. Extensive trade tubes pass about crackling Tesla coils that power construction sites and ancient industrial wastes alike. Shining new buildings brace with riggings of steel contrast with shattered condensation traps and ruins of millennial wars. The older districts are dotted with broken plasteel slabs and twisted girders, the occasional solitary tower pointing purposefully toward the Martian sky. Mars is strictly stratified in its social order. The lowest level consists of citizens, mainly unaugmented human populations, who labor en masse at a simple task such as sorting isotope scraps, tending hydroponics, breaking ore, storing forges, and so on. Most citizens aspire to gain status by joining the Qatari. In the process, they will receive their first battle-grade bionics and perhaps a way of later entering the priesthood. Lesser citizens may sport tattoos and piercings suggestive of such bionics, but dress in common work clothes, filthy coveralls, rad timbres, or cabled envirosuits. Regardless of station, Martians have a tendency to be burly and have shaven heads, usually with a temper to match their dour aspect. To learn more about Mars, please check out our 40 facts on the planet of Mars. Another crucible of war is the Forge World of Lucius. Lucius is one of the Imperium's Super Natura Majoris, a unique jewel in the Adeptus Mechanicus' crown. A hollow world, Lucius has been part of a grand experiment that should have destroyed it a dozen times over. In the center of the planet's once barren core is an artificial sun, a titanic fusion reactor that powers the industrial sprawl covering the inside of the world. No one truly knows how this energy source came to be, though the planet's tech priests are quick to claim credit if pressed on the matter. Lucius's boundless power supply has kept it at the forefront of military innovation. Many vehicles and guns hail from this forge world, and their numerous iron striders and onager dune crawlers are used by the Qatari Legions. The Titans of the Legio Astrorum, known as the Warp Runners, are the only god machines sophisticated enough to teleport straight into battle. This is a point of pride amongst the Lucians, and causes of envy amongst their fellow legions. These all-too-human emotions have flared up into open conflict at times. The disastrous Inculcata Schism, which nearly saw the Forge World implode with force enough to rip a hole in reality, is only spoken of in whispers. Another bastion of the machine god is Agri Pina. Agri Pina exists upon the threshold of the Eye of Terror. Were it not for the stout defenses of the Cadian system, it would have fallen to the powers of chaos more than once. The warpsmiths of the Traitor Legions, long denied the technological wonders unearthed since the Horus Heresy, have led raids beyond counting to Agri Pina, including several full-scale invasions. Its once golden surface bears the wounds of Mars with obliterator cults, demon engines, even the grotesque Traitor Titans. There are those that believe that Agri Pina has mounted raids of its own into the depths of the Eye, though no official records exist of such events. The protective coat of Cadia is not a one-way shield, of course. Agri Pina not only provides arms and armor enough to equip the entire Cadian system, but also has committed one of the largest Qatari legions in the galaxy to the war efforts. Rumor has it that the recent upswell of numbers in Agri Pina's Qatari and battle servitors is directly connected to a large-scale evacuation from the prison planet of St. Josemane's Hope. Officially, the planet's subsequent exterminatus expunged every trace of its heresy once and for all. However, there are those who believe that Agri Pina's famed Iron Strider Cavalier hordes boast many convicts and rebels, each given one final chance to serve the Omnissiah with a glorious death. In the Segmentum Pacificus is the Forge World of Styges 8. Styges 8 is the moon of a ringed gas giant in the binary star system of Vulcanus. It lies far from the galactic north of Terra, and precisely near the Eye of Terror. Styges itself almost fell to heretical forces in the time of the Horus Heresy, only being saved by the intervention of the enigmatic Eldar race. This event led to Vulcanus being the home of a secretive sect within the Adeptus Mechanicus, known as the Cennerites. The Cennerites are dedicated to the study and exploration of the alien technology found, a policy which most tech priests find highly offensive. The Cennerites point to the intervention of the Eldar to assist the true followers of the Machine God as a sign that even they are subject to his will, and that it is their sacred duty to study them. Aware of the anger of their colleagues, the Cennerites pursue a policy of covert study, often dispatching cohorts of Qatari to garrison alien sites instead of bringing artifacts back to the Forge Worlds for study as prescribed by their doctrines. It is not unusual for Cennerites' expeditions to come under attack from alien populations, planetary garrisons, even the Qatari legions of other Forge Worlds. open war with Imperial authorities is known. These regrettable occurrences have only served to drive the Xenorites deeper underground. Another cornerstone of the technocratic empire of the Adeptus Mechanicus is Cria. The planet of Cria, which is not the first to bear that name, was brought to the brink of utter ruination by the wars its Qatari fought against the voracious Donorian predators. The gigantic space station high above its surface are the only structures left relatively intact. They glitter in the grain firmament, the carbo-fiber expressways that lead between them forming the strings of the spiderweb that spans half the globe. This lattice of nucleic metropolises and macrofilament tubes writhe in the atmosphere much like a living thing. Cria's battle maniples constantly patrol its corridors until they are called upon to fight wars of exploration, plunder, and data theft. By retrofitting giant fusion engines to each node, Cria's tech priests can transform their domain into a mobile battle station they can settle upon any planet they choose to invade. The Qatari of Cria are known for the refusal to yield, no matter the odds. Some attribute this to scrap code born of war trauma. Only an imperative from a senior tech priest can cause them to retreat. Their war ethic is seen as a sign of great devotion to the machine god, though their allies in the Astra Militarum see their stubbornness for the liability it truly is. The gleaming giant of Ultima Segmentum is the forge world of Metallica. Metallica is formed almost entirely of metal. No rocky crust covers the dull silver of its surface. No flora or fauna makes its home there. Other than the Adeptus Mechanicus, there are no biological life forms upon Metallica whatsoever. Even the atmosphere is inimical to life. It was not always this way, but the tech priests are by nature jealous of their treasures, and have had their Qatari drive to extinction all species so their quest for enlightenment can continue at a peak efficiency. So it is that Metallica is a world of hissing pistons, glowing forges, and strata upon strata of industrial waste. Yet it is far from barren, for the engine-driven monstrosities that growl out of its surface complex are born by the hundreds with every new dawn. The sheer auditory barrage that rings from the gunmetal mountains is deafening, yet oddly inspiring, especially for the Qatari that are inducted there. The hyperpollution of the planet and its proximity to the Orc Empire of Caradon has prepared its legions well for the defense of Armageddon. Alongside their Imperial Knight allies from the nearby world of Kolesi, Metallica's Qatari cohorts fought at the forefront of both the Second and Third Armageddon War. Known as the Furnace of Shackled Stars, the Forge world of Ryza has been plunged into the abyss of war. The planet was once famous for supplying contingent fields and plasma weaponry. The Lehman Russ Executioner and Stormblade super heavy tanks were born within its armored cradles. However, since Ryza found itself bearing the brunt of not one but two major wars, the rivers of war material that flooded its manufacturer canals led only to its defenders. The planet has turned every cannon, stubber, and bullet to an all-out battle for survival. In truth, the techno-priest of Ryza welcomed the opportunity to see their creations in action firsthand. Ryza's Qatari, alongside the warmongers of the Lego Crucius and the Astra Militarum's Catachan regiments, have taken righteous pleasure in turning Ryza's most devastating weapons upon the foe. The orcs of Wa Grax and Rekguts, always on the lookout for more Daka, have done much the same. Every vault and war crypt has been raided, every gun reliquary broken open in furtherance of the war effort. Trans-dimensional beams light up the night, Gatling macro cannons roar their fury, and the lava hoses spew hot death into the streets. To set foot upon Ryza is to see a vision of war unbound, and the violent industry of the Adeptus Mechanicus unleashed on a worldwide scale. And those were 40 facts about Forge Worlds. Now, those aren't the only Forge Worlds out in the galaxy. We're going to talk more about different Forge Worlds, so please subscribe to the channel to get more videos. If you guys like seeing Warhammer 40K videos every single day that you wake up, please help us out and like, comment, and share these videos. By doing that, you're supporting the channel and you're helping us create more videos for you guys. If you guys want to help us out a little bit more, you can jump on over to Patreon. It's a simple $1 a month, and that's going to get you 2 videos a day from YouTube and some extra stuff on Patreon. We're doing some just extra cool videos on Patreon, so please support us on that. If you can't, we understand. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing, you're helping out the channel. And again, guys, I appreciate all the love that you guys show in the comment section. Don't forget to put your requests down there, and we're almost at 50,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone for us. So again, thank you guys. Thank you the community that is building on the awesomeness that is Warhammer 40K lore. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.